वो दिन कितने प्यारे थे, ये दिन भी कितने प्यारे हैं। तब बाबा साथ हमारे थे, तब बाबा साथ हमारे थे। बाबा अब भी साथ हमारे हैं।
सनैया तुम्हें वह भावना स्वरूपात्मय भावना से सने से आगे बढ़ रही है, लेकिन सदा विजयी नहीं। सने आत्माओं के मन में, मुख में सदा बाबा बाबा है। इस कारण समय प्रति समय सहयोग प्राप्त होता रहता है। भावना का फल समय प्रमाण पाप द्वारा प्राप्त हो ही जाता है, लेकिन समान बनने में ज्ञानी योगी तो आत्माएं समीप है। इसलिए लक्ष्य रखो, भावना और ज्ञान स्वरूप बनने का। जितनी भावना हो उतना ही ज्ञान स्वरूप भी। सिर्फ भावना व सिर्फ ज्ञान, ये भी संपूर्णता नहीं। ज्ञान युक्त भावना सने संपन्न योगी आत्मा, ये दोनों का बैलेंस सहज उड़ती कला का अनुभव कर। बाप समान अर्थात दोनों की समानता। बच्चे, मैं आपके सदा साथ हूँ।
Om Shanti, Maryada Purshottam, Master Almighty Authority. The specially beloved children are called Master Almighty Authorities, and the highest beings who follow the highest code of conduct. They cannot have a single thought contrary to the code of conduct. To be Maryada Purshottam means not a single step of your thought would be outside the line of godly conduct. From Amrit Vela till night time, when you go to sleep, let your every step be according to the code of conduct. Let your awareness, attitude, and vision always be according to the code of conduct. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vyakti Parivar. Today's day 5. Maryada Purshottam, Master, Almighty Authority. So today's Maryada will be taking Sattvic Bhojan. It means pure food. So there's a definition, and that Didi will be sharing with us. But today's first aspect we are taking related to pure wealth. Om Shanti. Now let's listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. Baba's lovely children, Om Shanti. I'm sure everyone is listening with a lot of courage and faith. You know, all the times are different. When Brahma Baba gave us sustenance, the way we were taught about Maryadas and principles, then numbers grew. There was sustenance through Avek Babdada. And now we just listen morely, and so some of you might feel, oh, that's extreme. But you always have to keep aim of extreme, right? Keep the aim of following 100%, and then you can see if there is difficulty, is it your lack of determination, or there could be different reasons, and then you try your best, right? So food is very important in Brahmin life. Food is important for body, but pure food is important for Brahmin. So when I start thinking of my early days, immediately I remember that the source of income has to be sattvic. Selling tamopradhan stuff or even rajo and money earned from there. But then to have income, which is the source of income, very pure. So many questions could arise about profit, about business, about many businesses, and part of that, they have certain things which are tamasic. So they ask, should we do it or not? We definitely will say that livelihood is very important. Everyone needs that. So if you think, oh, if I sell this, I can profit more, and Baba's children live simple, eat simple, and royal, right? So I remember that I went to open a center somewhere in India, and Baba sent money for food for 6 months because anyone who comes takes 6 months to become Baba's child, Brahmin. So there was always Baba's box from very beginning. So everyone will put those who come, but then we are able to pay rent, we are able to pay electricity bill or travel expenses, but not for food. So Baba will give money or send money, child buy the food from this money. So, at that time one doesn't understand, but definitely I love the idea that we are feeding what Baba is giving us. Because also Dadi Janki was very particular in England. Whatever people have to bring, there should be bhavna. They should bring with love, not that they have to bring or we ask them. Yeah, there are some they will ask. That is only to know what we need. Daddy said if somebody is bringing milk, let that soul bring, because bhavna is in that I want uh, in yagya to contribute with that. Some like to bring fruits, some flowers. So whatever is anyone's bhavna, today Baba said there should be love in bhavna, but also there is this whole thing of little bit of bargain which goes on between God and children, right? Of course, in the beginning with devotees, if that thing gets done, accomplished, I will offer bhog. Thanking Baba when you receive something is different. So first thing is that what is needed for pure wealth is not only source of income, but the consciousness of your own money. I am trustee of all this. This is Baba's. Everything belongs to Baba because I belong to Baba. So my everything belongs to Baba. But Baba says, no, Baba, you have to take care of your household. You have to do all responsibilities, but always be aware that you are trusted. So you cannot use it for wrong things. You cannot use money out of attachment and greed and also whatever we put in Baba's box. I remember that when double foreigners groups will go to Madhuban, everyone knows they have to contribute. So when they go, they say, okay, before we leave, we will give. So when they will walk in the village, oh, they see so many beautiful, reasonable price of stuff. So they start buying. They don't realize all their money finished in shopping. So they will say, oh, I did so much shopping. I don't know if I can put much in Baba's box. So we then have principle. First you give to Baba. And then whatever is there, create a budget and use it to shop. Because shopping is such you can just keep buying, right? So this whole thing of, I always say, as soon as you get your income, whatever you have to put in Baba's box, you put in the beginning of the month. And then, of course, is your own budget. There's difference, you know. We should always remember that Baba is the one who is bestower. But I have to sow the seed, right? Sri Krishna had to eat the raw rice from Sudama so that he could give. So it's not God wants from us, but unless we give, how will we get the return? It's a very subtle philosophy to understand that he had to eat raw rice, Sudamas. And then he gave all the palaces and everything. It's karma, which even God cannot avoid it. If you sow seed with love, whatever you do, it's so interesting that some souls, whatever they do with lot of love, lot of bhavna. I'm seeing a soul sitting in front, and I was in Toronto, and I saw every time they have garland and they have some beads around instead of thread. So I really loved it. I said, that's a good idea. So I said, do we use all the time those same or they are new ones? I was kind of curious because it looked very nice. It's just the love, no, it's bhavna. God doesn't need anything. I know there was a time even at our homes, they made jewelry, everything for their temple, the idols in the temple. Because who gives us from where our fortune comes? So I have to share the fortune first, no? Then it will multiply. And it's not I'm looking for that, but karmas are there. And that also with God. One is with each other, one is with God. So source of income should be pure. Our intentions, attitude, there should be a lot of love in whatever we do. And especially when we buy food for Baba's home or fruits for Bhog, they should be fresh, they should be good quality. Even if you can bring, you know, there was a time in Russia, they could afford only one banana. They brought just one banana, everyone. So you cannot bring rotten or kind of not good quality. You have to buy good quality, even if you buy little. Majority souls, I think, because many haven't done bhakti, right? Doesn't know about it, bhavna. So they take anything and they bring it, and it's not something we can really offer to Baba. But we know that that soul doesn't know much. So make sure that whatever food is cooked, which goes in your body and has influence on the mind, should be pure, should be sattvic. So the first step is pure money. As I said, doesn't matter. You can have very little, even offer just one. You can have sweet rice for Bhog. but it should be very clean and because it's very, very important. Quality and everything should be clean. So that's the first step for sattvic food. And then, of course, Maryada Purshottam is when I have all the powers, then I follow Maryadas in attitude, in drishti, pure drishti. Look at everyone Baba said has qualities, right? Specialities, everyone. So that's called really, really drishti of Maryada. I remember during Brahma Baba's time, there was some they used to complain. And I always said, I don't want through my mouth to say things about any soul. Why should I? I don't want to. And then if it was really necessary, just say it few words. Baba also, if you go again, say, Baba said it has become your habit now. So Maryadas in our attitude, in our awareness, in our words, our drishti, and that soul is called Master Almighty. It's only when we have powers to tolerate, to adjust, to understand that we are able to follow Maryadas. So it's not difficult to be Maryada Purshottam, but we want to just explain you very clearly how in the beginning we learned, and that becomes the foundation of the life. And if foundation is strong, then you are unshakable, immovable, right? Om Shanti.
Good evening, everyone. Om Shanti Mohini Didi. I liked what you shared in the beginning that, that you're giving us a very high aim, but we should do whatever we can, not to feel too much pressure if we are not able to do something. And according to our circumstances, we just do what we can. I was thinking about what you said, that when you went to some center and to open a center, where was this when you went to open a center and Baba gave 6 months?
Many places, it was Jaipur, then it was actually, this one was Ahmedabad.
Ahmedabad. I'm curious, at that time, how much was 6 months? For 6 months, how much money was? So was the rent paid and this was just for the food?
No, Baba gave for everything, because it's not immediately people start giving, but especially Baba said for food. So it was not much, 500 rupees. Baba used, it was more, but
yeah,
for
it feels
food,
like a lot. Yes.
500 rupees in early 60s for the food is a lot, but these days 500 is nothing, right?
Right, this is nothing, but we have to go back to that time and calculate. That must have been a lot of money then. I am always very amazed when you share stories of Baba, how royal he was, how generous he was, how much he took care of all of us. And so I'm sure he's taking care of all of us now in this subtle form also. And I really liked what you were sharing about that. Even as a Brahmin, there is some kind of bargain going on that we offer. Oh, this happens, then we will offer bhog to Baba and stuff. And yes, there has to be gratitude for what happened and to Baba. But I was wondering if you could talk a little bit more about that.
One is that putting condition, that if I pass or if I got this business, I will offer bhog. And one is you got that offer, you got that business, or you pass with honor, and then you want to thank Baba and offer bhog. So there is difference, right? One is thanking him, other is kind of putting him into that if that's get done, I will offer bhog. In Patha Bhakti, in temple, they fix it. I will give 501 if this much happen. I will give 1,000 if this much happen. Like, so it's a kind of what they call it, bargain with God. But we should have loveful relationship. You do it in remembrance, and if you are successful, then offer bhog to Baba. That's fine, right?
You yesterday you touched a little bit on it, and then you said it today again, and I want you to talk a little bit more that there should be love in bhavna. Like you're distinguishing between love and bhavna, and you're saying there should be love in bhavna.
Loveful bhavna, no? Your feelings should be based on love.
Right.
So for God, I have love, then I have feelings. So when you have feelings, so when you are buying fruits for Baba, or when you are buying flowers for Baba, so it is from the love that our offering comes of any kind. Then we understand Baba's task, then there is love for Baba and Baba's task. Then we start offering, more and more, thinking that it's for Baba's task. So this is called loveful bhavna.
Right.
And other is Baba is saying knowledgeful bhavna. So knowledgeful here is that, we keep saying things to Baba like, no, sometimes Baba says in Murli, open the lock of my husband, lock of intellect, do this. Baba says, I haven't come for all this, right? I haven't come
Correct.
I have come to make you pure. And really, when we understand, then we won't ask for Baba, but remember Baba, and whatever settling has to happen, but then he will do what he can do.
Mm.
Right? So it's not, one is asking, another is, going to the Father and say, well, this is what it is. But Baba also, as I said, can do, he will help, but also based on some karmas. Right?
Right. Right. Didi, I really liked what you were sharing. I remember when I used to first start taking care of the center, people used to bring like secondhand things, like they wouldn't use something at home and they would bring it. Now it doesn't happen at all. And I liked what you were sharing, that whatever we give, whether it's for bhog or whatever it is, that it has to be a good quality. It's not like you're not using it, so you give it. So that's really not bhavna, or it's not definitely not loveful bhavna. And
This, we went to one country, and so we got the place. So someone called, said, oh, I have a stove I'm not using, and I bought the new one, can I give? I have a fridge which I am not using, can I bring? So the person who was hosting for us called me and said, Sister Mohini, don't take anything used from anyone. You give the list and Baba will provide you everything. And he just bought everything for center. And I learned since then. Otherwise, people say, oh, I bought new fridge. Can I bring the old one? And we don't take it. We say, no. Whenever we are ready, we will get the new one. So I think we also have to maintain the royalty of Baba. No? Not
yes, yes, Didi,
anyone
very
just.
much.
So that means it's with the God. No, whatever I'm giving is not to the sisters, right?
Right.
Whatever is being given is for Baba's task, Baba's home. So that is called really good bhavna. Not only love, but understanding Gyan, that is God and is God's task and it's God's home. the centers shouldn't be seen as any place, but they are God's home. They are sacred spaces where people come to experience God's love. They come to experience peace. So I think we also have to keep that awareness. And when we have awareness, that others also will be guided based on that.
Right, right. And I also wanted to mention, Didi, I remember Madhuban, maybe this was about 20 years ago. A soul from Tampa went, and she was supposed to give money in Baba's box, but she went and spent it all in the market. And interestingly, I've noticed this time and time again with people who do these things, that soul never went back to Madhuban.
They won't be able to go.
Yeah, they won't be able. There's something that happens in the drama that if you are not very generous, if you're not really have this bhavna, that you cannot continue. And that was a very interesting lesson for me. And I've noticed that again and again, like if you're being miserly with Baba, it's just like, somehow the drama says, this is your capacity, this is all you can take. And so that was interesting that you were sharing that when you go to Madhavan or any kind of thing, and especially what you shared about Krishna, that he had to eat the rice to be able to give the return. The karma has to be there. So
it's not that God wants, right? But
right.
if you want, then this is the way, right?
Right. And so this very interesting thing that I feel I'm going to go back and listen to this again, because this concept that you raised about your consciousness of not just the money, like the source of the money, but the consciousness of the money, that you have to be a trustee. Before even we talk about the food, there has to be, how are we getting that food? That is so important.
Yeah, because if it's my money, right, and then I'm eating from my money, one is that it's Baba's, I am trustee, there will be completely different feeling, no? That I'm eating from Baba's Bandara. And that is why the importance of Brahma Bhojan, no? That is, we put money in Shiv Baba's Bandara, and whatever is cooked is called Brahma Bhojan. So we say Sattvic food, but actually it is Brahma Bhojan, right?
Right.
We all have to eat Brahma Bhojan. So what exactly is Brahma Bhojan? We will talk more, in these few days.
Yes. Thank you very much. It was very enlightening today.
Thank you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Maryada Purshottam, Master Almighty Authority. The specially beloved children are called Master Almighty Authorities and the highest beings who follow the highest code of conduct. They cannot have a single thought contrary to the code of conduct. To be Maryada Purshottam means not a single step of your thought would be outside the line of godly conduct. From Amrit Vela till night time, when you go to sleep, let your every step be according to the code of conduct. Let your awareness, attitude, and vision always be according to the code of conduct. Om Shanti.
Maryada Purshottam, Master Almighty Authority. especially beloved children, are called Master Almighty Authorities, and the highest beings who follow the highest code of conduct. They cannot have a single thought contrary to the code of conduct. To be Maryada Purshottam means not a single step of your thought would be outside the line of godly conduct. From Amrit Vela till night time, when you go to sleep, let your every step be according to the code of conduct. Let your awareness, attitude, and vision always be according to the code of conduct.
मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम, मास्टर सर्वशक्तिवान, जो मुरब्बे बच्चे हैं उन्हें ही मास्टर सर्वशक्तिवान अथवा मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम कहा जाता है। उनका एक संकल्प भी मर्यादा के विपरीत नहीं चल सकता। मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम अर्थात कोई भी संकल्प रूपी कदम ईश्वरीय मर्यादा की लकीर के बाहर न हो। अमृत वेले से रात के सोने तक हर कदम मर्यादा अनुकूल स्मृति, वृत्ति और दृष्टि भी सदा ही मर्यादा प्रमाण हो। ओम शांति। Om Shanti Vikti Parivar. So wonderful. Thank you, Didi. Chirban. So we will be taking 4 days this Maryada. So Didi said 4 aspect of pure food, Sattvic Brahma Bhojan. So now, just to remind you all, save the date, September 14. Our angel dear Brother Charlie will be with us live in Avyakti Parivar. So please don't miss that. And also our dear Janti Didi on September 25th, Sunday, live on Avyakti Parivar. Save the date. Now let's fly to Madhuban. Welcome to a Vyakti journey, Shantivan, where lives become as valuable as diamonds.
Ever ready or not? Ever ready? तो जो भी आए वो मधुबन के श्रृंगार
कितना सलोना प्यारा घर अपना, पावन पावन आबू अब्बा का वतन, पावन पावन आबू अब्बा का वतन। ऊंचे शिखर से ज्ञान पर से भिगो रहा है ये धरती गगन, पावन पावन आबू अब्बा का
Om Shanti Vyakti Parivar. I'm sure everyone is really enjoying going to Madhuban, right? So Mohini 1 complex is part of Shanti 1, but it's just a little bit separate complex because it's, we had to go in bus. It's a little bit far. You can walk, it's like 15 minutes walk. So there are many complexes around, but main was Shanti 1, and these are like branches of Shanti 1. So wonderful trip, right? And Mohini 1 complex is very huge. So many people can stay there. It's a big accommodation. Well, we'll continue going and we'll see more and more. It becomes very live how they celebrate each and every festival. We feel like we are right there, right? Thank you, Vyakti Parivar. Now let's remember Baba. Take Drishti from Didi. Tomorrow is Tuesday. We have Avik Mulik revision from 5 to 6. Rest of the schedule remains same from Amritvela till night. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Good night. Om Shanti.